Welcome, Wadad, to this session with S7 Realty team. We're happy and glad to have you among us today.
Thank you so much for having me, everyone. It's a pleasure always.
We are here today to discuss the new mortgage rules that we heard of. So let's begin.
Wadad, what are the changes that allows the buyer to purchase a property with less than 20% down payment?
It's actually a really good question. Prior to these new changes being announced, a purchaser was able to buy with less than 20% up to $1 million. Sorry, a little less than $1 million. As of December 15, 2024, our purchasers are now able to go up to $1.5 million.
That's awesome. So what's the impact on the buyers?
It's actually a really great question. Our buyers are now going to be able to afford almost 10% more purchase power, which will expand their horizons when it comes to real estate. Bigger houses, upgrading homes, more opportunities for them in the market. So lots of great positive changes.
So Wadad, from a numbers perspective, how would this affect down payments?
This is actually going to help the client a lot. Normally the client would have to put down 20% when they are purchasing a property of $1 million or more. Now they're able to buy it with the minimum down payment requirements. 5% of the first 500, 10% of the difference up to 1.5. Just to put things into perspective, if you're buying a property for 1.5 million, at the normal down payment requirements of 20% down, we're looking at 300,000. Today, with these new updates, we would be looking at 125.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty great difference.
Yeah.
What's up with the change in amortization from 25 to 30 years?
This is a great change. The amortization today is up to 25 years, but come December, we're going to see it switch from 25 to 30 years. It's going to help our clients qualify for about 10% more. Their payment is going to be reduced by 10% as well, which is fantastic for those that are in a crunch. And don't forget that this change does apply to all first-time home buyers and pre-con purchases.
Who is a first-time home buyer and how they can prepare themselves to purchase?
A first-time homebuyer is someone who has never purchased a home before. A first-time homebuyer could be someone who's going through a marital breakdown, whether it's a divorce or a separation agreement. A first-time homebuyer could be someone who's looking to purchase a second home for their family to live in. Most importantly, and something that not a lot of people know, is a first-time homebuyer can be someone who hasn't owned a home in the last 4 years.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is basically someone who hasn't owned a home in 4 years. You bought, maybe sold, rented for 4 years, and are now looking to buy again. So you had home ownership, but haven't in the last 4 years. Okay. You did ask me a follow-up question though before. It was, and how do people prepare to purchase their first home? Actually, there's two really good ways to do that. Your RRSP, max it out, you are able to withdraw up to $60,000 as a first-time home buyer. And the second option, which not a lot of people are familiar with, is our first home savings account. So that will allow you to save up to $8,000 per year, maximum $40,000, and it's tax-free in and out.
Thanks for that great info. I do have another question. Is there any changes with mortgage renewals?
Something really exciting is coming up. So before, anyone who purchased a home with less than 20% was able to renew or shop around, removing the stress test. Starting November 21st, anyone who purchased a home and is looking to switch or shop around is able to do that without a stress test.
So now they can change lenders, you mean?
Absolutely. I mean, hopefully you come to me and we will remove that stress test for you, which is the additional 2% qualifying rate. But you do have to still qualify. So we just have to run through it. But when it comes to mortgages, there is no stress test involved anymore.
Whether it was 20% down or less.
Correct.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Well, the question that is on everybody's mind, where the interest rates are heading.
The million-dollar question that everybody asks and wants to know the answer to. Honestly, if I had an 8-ball, I would give you the rates right now. I personally think that the rates in the next 6 to 9 months-ish should gear towards 4%, maybe a little lower on the fixed rates. And I think with the variable, we are going to see a drop from now till the end of the year. Don't forget, we have 2 announcements, October and then one in December. I'm hoping for a half drop, maybe more. We'll see.
We all hope so.
Yes, I agree.